While I'm mostly dealing with tarantulas, there are a few true spiders in the dark den, and every interaction with them, as you will see in this video, is a thrilling experience. I have two true spiders that I keep in acrylic dark den enclosure that are now too small for them, so we will need to move them into bigger enclosures. This is first true spider. The name is cupiennius salei. It kinda still fits inside, but it is a really tight fit, so new enclosure is definitely needed. And the second spider is viridasius species sylvestriformes, and this one actually made a really cool web hide. You see how it is hanging from the top. It is like a hammock or something, even though she is... Is she inside? Oh, she's actually inside. I thought that she's outside. You see, and when she's stretched, you see she's reaching from almost one side to the other side of the enclosure. So yeah, she definitely needs a bigger enclosure. Although I'm not 100% certain if they are both females. I assume that they are females because they are kind of old enough that if they were male, they would mature. Although that is not 100% certain. I'm comparing them with other true spiders that I had that would already mature as a male. And rehousing her will be super interesting because she is fast, super fast. She basically teleports, so hopefully I won't need to chase her around the table. By the way, when I got these two girls, I also got another true spider, a heteropoda David Bowie. He is right here, and unfortunately he is a mature male, so yeah, I don't expect him to live much longer, but he's really cool on this Cork Bark, right? But since he's mature, it means that he won't grow anymore, so we don't need to move him into a bigger enclosure. And before we set up the enclosure, we need to choose an enclosure. Choose from one of these old enclosures that are basically disassembled. You see, they were built with 3D printed parts that I removed, and now I have a bunch of these old enclosures that need to be refitted with new plastic parts. You see, just like these. These are terrestrial enclosures, but they also used to have 3D printed parts that I removed and replaced with these that are mold injected plastic parts, solid and firm. By the way, if you live in European Union and you are interested in getting some cheap dark den enclosures, I need to sell basically all of these enclosures. Of course, I will refit them with new parts. I wash and refurbish them, and they function basically just like any other dark den enclosure, but they are a bit rougher. They are shorter for 4mm than the ones that I'm selling currently, but they have more character because all of these enclosures at some point housed the tarantula in the dark den. So if you are interested in that, send me an email and I can refurbish and sell you some of these enclosures. Anyway, I will take these two to fix up. Although first I should clean them, right? Yeah, you see, this is how they look now, and this is how they look all cleaned up, or more or less. I wasn't really super detailed with it because I'll put dirt inside anyway. First we will set up doors. I have panels right here, and parts are, these are bottom parts and these are top parts. They are completely the same, just like in the available dark den enclosures. Bottom ventilations are the same, top ventilations are the same, except I need to cut one piece here so they fit better. And the only real difference is with these top parts. They are cut for like 1 centimeter. Originally they are 1 centimeter longer, but since this is older design, this is shorter for 1 centimeter, so I need to cut that, but rest is the same. Door goes like this, a bead of glue here. I attach the bottom part, hit it with a hammer a little bit. I add glue on the other side, but I put a different part, a top door part, you see. I also hammer that, and that is it. Next is bottom ventilation panel. Glue here, a little bit here, and a little bit here. Part goes right there. Next we apply glue here, other side, and also here for the top ventilation. On all 4 edges. The top ventilation goes like this. If the glue is squeezed out, I don't worry about that because I can cut that, I can remove that later once it cures. Now I attach the door and I secure it with this top part. Bim, bam, boom. Other part on the other side. And after a little bit of hammering, we have the enclosure ready. Actually, no, I need... Where is it? The top glass panel. First, we check if door operates as it should. Yes, you see. Perfect. It closes. Ideal. And now the top panel goes right here, which means that this enclosure is done. This is how I refurbished my old enclosure. You see, it works like this, it closes. Perfect. Now we need to do it one more time. Whoop, here they are, both finished, but you see that we need to fix the background here, and currently it is wet since I was washing the enclosure, so we will need to do a time jump because the glue wouldn't stick to the wet surface, and now it is dry and we can apply it. You've seen this 1,000 times. Just some glue. I would use a silicone, a black silicone, it is better, but I currently don't have it. And this will do the same thing. The only thing is this sealant got a specific smell that I really dislike, and you can feel it in the enclosure for next month maybe, and that is the only thing why I don't really use this sealant as a background thing. Other than that, it is maybe even better than silicone. There we go, I smeared it around, and of course that I got a glue on my finger. It is proven to be impossible to stay clean when you are doing this. Now I need, of course, dry dirt. That just goes over the glue. I need to push it in a bit. And that is basically it. We now just need another half a day for it to cure, so another time jump. And I actually forgot about one thing, so I did it off camera. You see, I attached this cork bark to the side. I actually glued it and covered it with dry dirt, just like I do for the background, but now it is attached, and you see the spider can go behind the cork bark, but it will remain visible from the other side. That is at least the idea. I'm not really sure if they will choose to use it like that. I'm not really sure, but I'm hoping that this one, cupiennius salei, that this one will like to use it like this, because she doesn't web like at all. You see in her enclosure, no web, only these dots that you can see everywhere on the sides. These are basically like an anchoring point where she anchors in order she needs to jump or something like that. So yeah, she will go in this first enclosure, and also we will put a live plant inside. I have it prepared right here, that will go in there, and in this enclosure I won't put a live plant, and the cork bark will be just a regular piece of cork bark. That will be for the other one. Since we will have a live plant, I will put some clay balls inside. For the drainage, you know the drill. I just spread them around so the excess water can pool somewhere and not remain stagnant in the substrate. We separate it from the substrate with the mesh, and I can just drop the substrate in. And now with this cork bark, it is actually a bit harder to put the substrate inside. Since dark den glass enclosures are now available on the web shop, and I already sold a substantial amount on the expos, I really expected to see more setups on the Instagram and in Tarantula groups. So if you got a dark den enclosure, feel free to post it on your Instagram and tag me in the stories or posts, and also show off in Tarantula groups. Post your enclosures, flex with your setups, and let others know how is your experience with the dark den glass enclosure. Terrestrial enclosures are out of stock, but these are boreals, so enclosure just like this. They are available in stock, so if you need one, need some, feel free to order them. I need a little bit more leaf litter. And of course, sand for the texture everywhere. That's it, the enclosure is done and ready for the spider. I always, just a millisecond before I say spider, I'm thinking tarantula. So in my mind I stop myself and replace tarantula with spider, because this is not a tarantula. How will this go? You know, true spiders are usually really fast, so I'm not sure what to expect. And which tactic should I apply? I'll just, yeah, poke her like that and hope for the best. That usually works, you know. Ooh, she spread a bit, you see. So let me see how fast. Nope, that is not a roach. This is a poking stick. She's really biting into it. Thankfully that wasn't my finger. Okay, girl, you can release that. Oosh. What the hell? She's a bit more feisty than a tarantula. You know, tarantula, after first bite, tarantula would figure out that this is not a prey and would start moving away. But this girl, she's not. Come on, can you stop biting it? This, like, look. This shows me that I definitely shouldn't use my fingers in this situation. But there we go. She is in her new enclosure, and I should put the lid on top. Oh, wait. Before you escape. Oh, there. Now look at this. This is the dot that you can observe on her old enclosure. This is the dot, and you can see the line going to her abdomen, to her spinneret. That is a safety line. This is how she secures herself in case she needs to jump. Oh, excellent. Let's remove her old enclosure. Check. Whoa, where did she go? Hiding behind the leaf. Oh, another safety line. Oh, I assume soon this entire glass will be covered with those dots. Can we get some exploration of the enclosure maybe? That would be cool to observe, right? It seems like we will get exactly that. Ooh, slowly creeping and checking out her new environment. Environment that is much more spacious than her old enclosure. She's so cool, right? And this is actually her first interaction with a live plant, because I got her as a sling and she was always in small cups. She doesn't even know what real plants are. Or fake plants, to be honest. All she knows was this. A piece of cork bark and some dirt. And a small acrylic enclosure. That wasn't that small when she originally put her inside, because she was a small spider. Anyway, I will let her settle and we will continue setting up the other enclosure. Oh, wait. She's now actually, she was hanging from that plant, but my camera wasn't focusing on the right thing. Of course, the camera is focusing on the reflection, because yeah, reflection is more important than real things. Okay, whatever. This enclosure goes here and this enclosure goes here. You see how I fixed the background? Let me just clean it a bit from the excess dirt. But yeah, looking good. As I said, no plants in this one, so we only need dirt. Lots of dirt. More than I would usually put in arboreal enclosure of this size. But the reason is I want to bring this cork bark all the way up. Up like this. For that I needed a lot of dirt. Leaf litter. Oopsie. Scatter that. Some branches to make the enclosure a bit more interesting. Of course, sand for the texture. And the enclosure is ready. Voila! By the way, have you seen the new Google thing for AI videos, for generating AI videos? That is crazy, right? I'm wondering at what point it will reach the level where it will just simply replace us YouTubers or influencers, because you will no longer be able to tell what is real and what isn't real. Hello? She's a bit passive, but I need to be mindful because they teleport. I'm not exactly sure how fast they are now when they are big like this, but when they are slings, they just go like, all of a sudden you just don't see them. So hopefully, yeah, I'm holding my breath. So hopefully this will be manageable. I wasn't even looking at the camera, so hopefully you could see what I was doing. Oh, there we go. Holy moly. Where is the lid? No. Shoot. Can you... I don't have a catch cup. Oh, this was overconfidence. Put this over here. Oh, no. Why do I even do this? I'm always just hoping for the best, and that's why things like this happen. You see? There she is underneath the keyboard. Okay. See, she's over there. There. She might go there. No. Come on. Stay. No. Wait. Okay, you couldn't see this. I was trying to record it to the best of my abilities, but at the same time I didn't want to actually lose her, because if she bolts somewhere over there, I can forget about her. Oh, there we go. There we go, I handled it. I often repeat this, but the reason why I did do rehouses a bit carelessly. It is not totally careless, but it may appear careless, while main point is to rehouse move spider tarantula from one enclosure to the other enclosure safely and efficiently. I am also recording videos, so I want you to see what is happening to make it a bit more exciting, and most importantly, I want you to be able to see the spider that I'm rehousing. So yeah, well, technically I could just take the enclosure and put inside and close it and let her come out on her own. That would be a kind of boring video, right? And you are not here for the boring video, right? Right. You are here for a little bit of thrills, because spiders are thrilling animals. Definitely are thrilling creatures. Let me see where the other girl is. She's there on top of the cork bark and under the leaf. We are going to see where she will choose to stay most of the time. Well, this girl, she will somewhere she will make a similar thing like she did in here, a webbed hammock where she can hide and rest, you see? Interesting thing. And she even incorporated, you see, she incorporated the dirt inside. So that means that she went down, picked up the dirt and brought it here and put it into the web to add some camouflage, I guess. For sure. Now, this was everything for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, thumbs it up and comment something. If you want to support this channel more, there's a Patreon page and also a web shop page where you can buy the enclosures, and send me an email if you are interested in used enclosures. Look. I upload on Monday and sometimes a live stream on Sunday, so see you again really soon. Bye!